Stan Rout, Brandon Stokley, Dan Hellie here with you, talking about the team that had the best draft. So many different directions that you could go here, but there has to be a team that sticks out. What do you think, Brandon?
I like the Jaguars. I think with their first-round pick, they got the best secondary guy available in Jalen Ramsey. And also in the second round, they were able to get a top 10 talent, Miles Jack. And then 3 through 7, they did a great job. Historically deep draft class as far as the defensive lineman goes. And they got 4 defensive linemen that I think when you look back on this draft, it won't be the first and the second-round picks that make this draft class stand out. It's going to be those defensive linemen that they took.
All right, what do you think? Surprise team of 2016, Brandon?
I'm going to stick with the Jaguars. I like Blake Bortles. I like the weapons, the young weapons that they have to go. Julius Thomas, Allen Robinson, Allen Hearns, to go with who I think is the best power back who they picked up in free agency, Chris Ivory. And defensively, you look at them, they were weak there last year. They got Malik Jackson. They got Dante Fowler Jr., their first-round pick from the year before. He's coming back, paired with Prince Akamora. I just think they're ready to take that next step. Not quite a playoff team, but ready to take the next step and have a better season.
Championship game. Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Champion, Brandon Stokley. And, Brandon, you have a lot of experience with Peyton Manning.
Well, I have. I played with him for 5 years, and there's nobody better suited for this moment, for this big stage than Peyton Manning. He's prepared his whole life for this, Mark, and I can't wait to see him go out there today and perform.
Well, I think everybody is anxious to see what kind of Peyton Manning we're going to see. He's had some injury issues. He didn't play that much in the regular season. What can we expect?
I think you're going to see a Peyton Manning that learned a lot from his time off, a guy that knows that he doesn't have to put up the points that he did in Indianapolis, a guy that understands it's okay to punt the ball, it's okay to take a sack, just not to turn the football over.
Well, Tom Brady doesn't want to do that either, but he's going to get a lot of pressure from the best defense in the National Football League.
Nobody gets after the quarterback better than the Denver Broncos front. And then on the back end, they got what I believe is the best secondary in football with Chris Harris and Aqib Talib, with T.J. Ward and Stewart on the back end. I don't think there's a better secondary that Tom Brady is going to have to go up against this year.
Well, you've been through this. These players are one step away from the Super Bowl. Do you think about that, or do you stay in the moment?
You can't help but not to think about that. If you win this game, you get to go to the Super Bowl, and there is no bigger stage than that. So it's definitely going through their minds right now. They understand that, hey, we got to take one step at a time. We got to win this game, but they definitely realize the Super Bowl is the next step.
Check down. And Anderson gets out to the 25.
Not much open down the field. Good job by Peyton just to find his check down route, throw the swing pass and get a couple yards. Keep the third down manageable.
Probably checking down a lot more right now than he did when you played with him.
Yeah, he definitely is. You know, and he's learned a lot over the course of this year. He doesn't have to win the game with his arm.
Closing seconds of this first quarter. A little bit of time. Going up top. Sanders, what a catch! Down to the Patriot 40. That's going up and helping your quarterback.
That's what you need. You got to go up there and high point the ball. Manuel Sanders, 5'11", looking like Randy Moss. Unbelievable. Third down, you need big-time players to make big-time plays, and no better time to do it than on third down, just going up there and out-fighting.
On second down, Brady firing, and Miller with the interception. Back in coverage, Miller picks it off, and the Broncos have it in the red zone.
Great job by Von Miller. Dropping back in coverage, reading Tom Brady's eyes, and then finishing the play with a nice pick. For a big guy, great hands by Von Miller right there. Hold on to the football. Stumbled a little bit. I'm sure he'd like to get in the end zone, but an interception, the Broncos will definitely take that right here.
Manning looking for it all and overthrows Emmanuel Sanders.
Peyton would like to have that one back. Emmanuel had a couple steps and just overthrew him, just outside of the outstretched arms. Double post right here by Emmanuel and Owen Daniels, and he had them both wide open and could have picked either one of them were wide open. He just overthrew it. Owen Daniels with a great stutter move to the post. Look at him, he's sick.
Pick me, pick me.
Thanks, Chip. In 2016, the NFL has implemented a new rule change. The chop block is no longer legal. I can hear it now. All NFL defenders are rejoicing. The NFL finally showing them a little bit of love. Today we're joined by former NFL wide receiver Freddie Scott. Now, Freddie, with this new rule and offenses like Denver and Seattle using the chop block as part of their regular offense, how is this going to affect them in 2016?
It could be a
With the new
tremendous-
emphasis on this rule and the rule change, do you think there's going to be a lot more flags being thrown, slowing down the game even more in 2016?
I don't think there will be a greater emphasis. Those run plays work.
Well, there you go. You have it from the best. Freddie Scott, not expecting a big difference in 2016. Back to you, Chip.